Hey folks, welcome back. 9 days after the election on November 5th, it's now just after midnight, November 14th, 2024. And the New York Times has finally called the House of Representatives for the Republicans. They've secured 218 seats in the House of Representatives at this hour. Big news in the election. Colorado 8 with nearly all the votes now counted. Evans leads with 2,388 votes and is declared the winner. That leaves Alaska 1 and California's 13th congressional district within reach of the Republicans to give them 220 and possibly more. But Trump has muddied the House majority and threatened it. The Republican majority in the House is complicated because President-elect Donald Trump has said he wants 3 of the re-elected members to serve in his administration. All 3 represent relatively safe Republican districts, at least Stefanik, Matt Gaetz, and Waltz. But their seats would be vacant for some time until election is held, which would mean the Republicans wouldn't have a majority potentially. Now, Representative Matt Gaetz of Florida has already resigned his position, which also ended the House ethics investigation into him. But his seat is still counted in the tally that the Associated Press and New York Times have put out. So while the Republicans technically have a majority in the House of 218, in reality they have 217, and they're going to need to win a few more seats. And with 3 members of the House, Stefanik, Waltz, and Gaetz, being part of the incoming Trump administration, that's 3 Republican seats that are gone. Now, there'll be an election, but they're going to have to get beyond 218 to get to at least 221 to maintain a fragile majority. Otherwise, Trump risks wasting his entire first 2 years in office. Well, first until they have an election anyway. This is insane. The Republicans need to be smarter than this. The Trump is jeopardizing his own government. Hopefully he knows what he's doing. The Republicans have chances to win a few more seats as this thing unfolds. With 9 seats still undecided, the Republicans, as I said, have a good chance to take Begich in Alaska 1, California 13, Duarte. But they have a chance at Iowa with Miller Meeks, who has a lead of 802 votes. But Steele's lead in California has perilously dropped to just 349 votes with 93% of the vote in. That could flip to the Democrats. Meanwhile, in Maine 2, Golden is maintaining that lead of about 700 votes with most of the votes in. So 9 seats remain, and at the moment, the Democrats have the upper hand on 5, the Republicans in 4. Republicans are going to need to win all 4 of those seats if they want to maintain a majority and poach 1 or 2 from the Democrats. But it doesn't look promising. So Donald Trump's decision to raid the House of Representatives for people he doesn't need is potentially jeopardizing the Republicans' governance. So folks, once again at this hour, just after midnight, November 14th, 9 days after the election, we finally have a decision. The Republicans have won the presidency, the Senate, and now the House. Also, an updated news story on Pennsylvania. As votes continue to come in, the margin for Dave McCormick still is insurmountable for Bob Casey. However, it has dropped below the 0.5, which would trigger an automatic recount. So unless the provisional ballots that are being counted right now push McCormick back up to 0.5 instead of the 4.48 or 0.49, there'll be an automatic recount. And Bob Casey can concede that, but craven political power is what Bob Casey's all about. He'll never concede the fact that he's lost this election. So there will be a recount in Pennsylvania, most likely. We'll find out by November 14th, either by Casey conceding that he's lost or the provisional ballots bumping McCormick back to a 0.5% or better lead. That seems unlikely in either case. So we'll probably have a recount November 14th. And by November 27th, the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania must certify its results to prepare to send to the Electoral College. So we won't know for certain that Dave McCormick has won that race probably until the end of the month. There you have it, folks. Republicans now, fragile House situation, and Trump is jeopardizing it. We'll see how it goes. Cheers.